All right. We got the 7 levels of scammers. Let's go.
Scammers operate at all sorts of levels, from street scammers to Indian call centers to white-collar crime and influencer scandals. This is every level of scammer explained. Level 1.
Oh shit, it's sped up. I'm low-key an idiot. Let's go.
Back in 2020, people used to scalp and resell PS5s for crazy prices. Due to its low supply, other people decided to think smarter by selling just the picture. Since then, people have been selling counterfeit items as real on marketplaces, like these completely real AirPods or
Yo, what the flip is this, bro?
these Jike Nordens. These scammers,
Bro, that reminded me. I got food, but it was kind of on me. I was shopping in Vinted, and then what's it called? I seen this one shirt, and I was like, hold on, this is low-key fire. Tell me why I immediately bought it, man. That shit was like 38, I think. I bought for 38. Bro, tell me why I was just one day thinking about it. I just looked at the shirt again. I decided to reverse image it. And tell me why I seen the damn shirt on Shein. And it was selling for €9. Like, you don't understand the way I just let out a shout. I just shouted because I'm like, why do I see this shit on Shein for less than €10? And then when it came, it literally was like a literal, like, it felt like a costume, bro. I just threw that shit in the bin. I won't lie. It broke my heart. But it was low-key a learning experience because I'm not getting finessed ever again. Just don't be fooled. Don't get scammed. Always reverse image on Vinted.
also drop guides on creating fake receipts to help you scam people. These are level 1 scammers, however, and they're normally newbies or side hustlers that just do this for extra cash and stick to the easy methods. So they don't make too much money because of this. They're not deep in the game yet, unlike level 2 scammers that literally clock into work to do it. Level 2. The previous level had your sister buying fake Taylor Swift concert tickets. This level will have your grandma giving her retirement fund to a Nigerian prince, promising to give her $1 million if she helps him unfreeze his account. Of course, only if she gives him 3.5k, you know, for fees and stuff like that. About 3,000 miles away in India, their scammers used to run rampant with their starting 5 of the tech support scam, fake president scam, remote job scam, romance scams, and their franchise player, the gift card scam. But these days, that team isn't what it used to be, and their star player, gift card scam, famously got dunked on by a legend of the game. His name was Ragebait.
Do not read him that! Do not read him that! Do not read him that! Now I f*** your family.
What?
Now I f*** your whole family.
Level 3. Course sellers are people who sell access to information. You might have heard the quote, there is no method because you're the method. While not all course sellers are scammers, a fair bit of them will lie and deceive people in order to make money, like trying to trick people who buy your course into thinking the money you earn came from the method you teach and not the course itself.
So the guy who's editing this, blur out agency game. I do not want any of these things leaked. Is not practical, okay? Agency game is here on my mouse. You see right here. Agency game is also here. I don't necessarily want that to be in here.
This video was ironically leaked because he scammed his editor and didn't pay him, by the way. The course sellers that do indulge in scamming will normally do it in small ways, like subtly charging people different amounts for the same product.
Like, people have been behind the scenes just like, what, you've been charged 6,000 for that course? I mean, I only paid like 3,000.
Hence, I joined Jaime's program, which in fact, we are now in the processes.
Oh my. Stop. People who buy courses are low-key stupid. Because, like, all this shit that they show you is just straight internet stuff that you could do yourself. Or there's probably well, I'm not saying it is all the time, but, like, some could be good, but most of the time, like, if you're doing them stuck people, all them stuck people that do them courses, if you buy stuff like that, you're low-key dumb because, like, it's literally so obvious it's a scam. Like, just don't buy all those ones.
This is my friend. You can see the messages we're having. Yo, he got Jaime's ass. He basically got his money back, and we both got charged different amounts.
For fake testimonials like this course promoting height growth, where you can go from 5'11 to 6'6 in 1 year at 22, or grow 4 inches of height in 4 years at 31, like John from England, for $30, of course. They position themselves as
so
legit
dumb,
entrepreneurs and sprinkle in lies and deceit to earn more money. And as we will see as we go up the levels, the best scammers are the ones that hide in plain sight. That brings us to level 4, where things get serious. Level 4. You may have seen preachers in private jets.
You know, I've owned 3 different jets in my life, and used them and just burning them up for the Lord Jesus Christ. He said, I want you to believe me for a Falcon 7X. So I said, okay.
A Falcon 7 jet like this one to preach to more people around the world. And he's asking his followers for the $54 million.
I really believe that if Jesus was physically on the earth today, he wouldn't be riding a donkey.
Pulling up to churches in hypercars or heavily indulging in materialism. Decked out in designer labels like Off-White and L.
He's the worst one, bro. He's the worst of the worst. Like, that whole church that he has is just so dodgy, man. And it's looking so bad. It's so annoying to see.
And Dior and some more LV. There's nothing but flexing on this guy's account. God damn. To other preachers promoting crypto coins to their church and then scamming people out of 3.2 million and then saying God told him to do so.
So there's been $1.3 million that's been taken out of, I think it was a total of 3.4 million. But out of that 1.3, $500,000 went to the IRS, and a few $100,000 went to a home remodel that the Lord told us to do. The Lord told us to do.
Preachers like Kenneth Copeland or Creflo Dollar and
model that the Lord told us to do. The Lord told us to do.
Preachers.
I won't lie, that face does not look right. I'm not even trying to be mean, but like, it genuinely doesn't look right. Something seems fishy, like
Kenneth Copeland or Creflo Dollar and many others that run these types of churches will encourage their followers to do something called sowing their seed.
I want you to go to the phone or online and sow a seed. Now remember,
Somebody's son is going to be set free from alcohol because of your $1,000 seed.
And I'm going to ask you to sow an exceptional and uncommon seed of $1,000.
Click on that donation button to sow $1,144.
So God is giving you the harvest and the harvest of the seed you sow.
Which is where the followers of the church will donate their money to these pastors. In exchange, will be blessed in return in some way, be it tangible or intangible. Kenneth Copeland, a famous preacher, did one of these schemes and managed to accumulate enough money to buy a private jet. And then he decided to ask his followers for more money to buy upgrades for 2.5 mil and a hangar for 17 million.
That's
the religious
mad.
organization is confident that we will acquire the necessary funds to maintain the jet. We know the Lord and we know Brother Copeland. Vision won't stop coming and money doesn't stop increasing. Faith doesn't stop increasing. Level 5.
My name's Frazier.
My name's Jarvis.
Oh my God. This was literally like a canon event in like influencer scams, bro. This was the peak of it.
I'm Reiska.
I'm Nikon.
And I support Save the Kids Token.
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 In the times where crypto pump and dump scams were prevalent, many influencers decided it was an amazing time to scam their audience.
SEC, come from me. I'm in Romania. There ain't no SEC in Romania. We're scammers. We're out here doing what we want. I'm gonna pump a coin up, make 10M, peel it off.
Everyone and their mother released their own version of some type of crypto scam rug pull, from the president of the US to world-renowned influencers like the Hawk Turgo and her hot coin. No one bought this, by the way. I'd like to just mention Summer Rae was also included in this, but she's fine shit, so we can give it a pass. Other famous influencer scams being the old FaZe Clan and Ricecum Save the Kids token, where they got to buy it early and cheap and then heavily promoted it to their audience to raise its price drastically. After that, all of them ended up selling it at a high, causing the price of the coin to plummet and their fans to lose their money. What makes it worse is this coin was supposed to be for charity. Someone we shouldn't give a pass to is Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo that scammed people out of thousands.
How much did you guys make from Crypto Zoo? I lost around $50,000 in cryptos.
I lost $40,000.
I lost
Giant.
around 15,000 US dollars.
I lost $25,000.
$120,000. $500,000 Australian, which is $500,000 in CryptoZoo.
CryptoZoo was advertised as a crypto
That's
NFT
insane.
game where people buy something called Zoo Coin, and then with these coins they can buy eggs. These eggs would then hatch into an animal, and the rarer the animal, the more valuable it was. The only problem was it never worked, and the bigger problem was that people bought into Logan's marketing so much they collectively bought over $2.5 million worth of eggs in the first day. Logan also didn't pay some of his devs. Messages leaked about how they plan to stealth drop the launch of their crypto coin a week before Logan announced it, so they can buy most of it before any of their fans, in order to sell it for a higher amount later on, kind of similar to insider trading, level 6.
That's crazy.
In 2026, scam culture has become more popular than ever and has people making 2-minute long songs on how to scam. Gen Z scammers can range from Tyrone from the slums of Detroit to Timmy in the suburbs of Virginia, and they can do smaller things.
Bro,
like,
what do you know about TJ X6, man? He was dead as dropping game on how to scam people. Like, it was, I didn't even make it into a music video. It was so funny. I remember watching them back then. It was one where he was like scamming it out with Xbox and all that stuff. That shit was so funny. I don't know how he got away.
stealing people's credit card information to buy chicken, to structuring multi-step social engineering scams to rob a billionaire out of 240 mil in crypto, which they succeeded in doing. But of course, with it being Gen Z, my humble generation, they couldn't help but post themselves spending this money online, with one of the scammers, Malone, racking up a $500,000 bill at the club, getting himself a fleet of hypercars, a Miami mansion, and also buying his crush a pink Lambo, which she was over the moon about. I got you a present. We'll call it an early birthday gift, a thank you gift. I appreciate you so much.
He is such a trick. Holy trick, bro.
I'm taken once again. I don't care. Malone and his friends live like GTA characters and continue to buy designer items and bought 28 luxury cars. They lived like this for about a month after the heist, until their Miami mansion was raided and their cars were seized. Now, in a lot of stories about Gen Z scammers, you'll realize that when they get the money, they immediately start spending flamboyantly and are a bit too public with their money. However, at this next level, the scammers are more sophisticated in that regard. Level 7. Nah, I'm joking. This last level is where the giants of scammers land. Loads of these guys have operated in Silicon Valley, like Sam Bankman-Fried, who lost $8 to $10 billion of customers' money, or other scammers that scammed investors for billions, and sometimes without even launching their product. A big Silicon Valley scammer was Trevor Milton, who made Nikola Motors that promised hydrogen-powered trucks. He hired his brother Travis.
He's promised? Oh, that sounds very familiar, man.
For the director role, and we love a bit of nepotism around here, so it didn't matter that Travis was unqualified for the role. They ended up raising $2 to $3 billion of public and private investment, and then eventually it came time for their big showcase where the truck was supposed to be fully functional. It ended up being leaked that the truck didn't even have an engine or battery. It was not being powered by hydrogen but by this wire. This amazing video also came out showcasing the truck driving down a hill. Turns out it was towed to the top of the hill and then they let it roll down. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison and had to forfeit his money. Other white-collar scammers like Elizabeth Holmes are currently living it up in prison right now. But before that, she became the youngest self-made female billionaire without even releasing her product. She tricked investors out of hundreds of millions of dollars. However, her revolutionary blood testing product didn't even work, and her employees knew it.
They would get their finger pricked with a small amount of blood. Then they'd be let out of the room. They'd go have a meeting, go have lunch, whatever, and at which point an engineer would run in the room, grab the cartridge, and bring it out to the lab.
So was the Edison doing the testing?
No, absolutely not.
Who was doing the testing?
It was scientists at the bench.
Then you have the finance bros like Bernie Madoff, who made an estimated $36 billion with his Ponzi scheme, or Jordan Belfort, the original pump and dumper that inspired Wolf of Wall Street. He earned about $50 million a year at his peak, but as you know, he got caught and was ordered to pay $110 million back to the investors and serve 4 years in prison. However, he only ended up serving 22 months because he snitched on his boys. If you want to see the 7 deadly sins as billionaires,
and snitch. But I don't blame him, bro. I don't know if I'm ever in a situation where I'm in prison, but like I wasn't the only one that did it, and I get time off. I won't lie, I'm telling, bro, and I don't care. You can get mad all you want, but I am telling. And That's it. I'm snitching.